What's up, y'all? It's Will here at Schedulefly, and the story of Schedulefly continues with the one and only sales trip that Wes and I have ever made. So, fairly early on, not long after I had started, I think I jumped on board here in the fall of 2008, and probably within a month or two, we got a contact form from a lady that works for California Pizza Kitchen. She reported to the chief technology officer, and she said that they were looking for scheduling solutions. And, at the time it was basically us and Hot Schedule. So I was like, oh, we got this. This is what I'm made for. This is why this is a big part of why Tyler and Wes, wanted me to be on this team, because, they didn't want to sell. They didn't like selling. It's not what they're, excited about, and that's what we had worked together at a previous business. That's what I did. I got on airplanes and I went around and I sold six-figure contracts, deals. So that was part of what I was going to be doing. At least we were going to try it. So we get this, and I'm like, oh, we got this. But I didn't know how to. I had zero confidence that I could go sit in front of a chief technology officer and when he started drilling down anything, past surface level questions, I was like, there's no way I can handle all that. So I talked Wes into coming. I say I talk him. I'm sure Wes was excited, but he probably had more reservations than I did about whether does it really make sense to go all the way out to L.A. This is before Zoom calls and all that kind of stuff, but we went, and I was just so clueless. I think I even tried to convince him that we needed to wear ties. I know we had on like at least nice pants, like suit pants and shirts. We may have had our ties on. I don't remember, but I know it was too much. Like, I was coming from selling to banks and it just, my thoughts on what a sales process would look like, the people we'd be selling to, all that stuff, I was so off. So we show up at California Pizza Kitchen's headquarters, some big office tower or whatever out there near like south of LA, near LA airport, I think. And it was clear we didn't need to be, we were overdressed, but there we were. So we're all excited. We go in there, and we're in this conference room, and the lady that had contacted us and the chief technology officer come in, and a little chit chat, small talk, and we get to the demo, and Wes does the demo. And I don't know, maybe like 10 or 15 minutes in, we're done. And Schedulefly is very simple, so you can go through it pretty quickly. It may have been shorter than that. I don't remember. Details are fuzzy, but the point is, the guy sits there and he's kind of looking at, we did it like a projector, so it's up on a screen or whatever, whiteboard. And he's looking and he's kind of nodding. He goes, Wes, you've built a really nice piece of software here. This is excellent. So simple. I feel like something's missing. I don't know what it is, but I know that there's got to be something missing, because this is just so easy. And we're like, well, what's missing? He's like, I just don't know. I'll have to think about it. Well, it turns out there's nothing missing. What was missing was complexity. Big organizations like that are used to complicated solutions that involve lots of people and lots of technology and lots of, when you have a lot of people in a technology, then you have a lot of, compromise. And, this was Wes and, really until that point, it's Wes and Tyler, and, Wes steering the ship saying, this is, I built the schedule at a restaurant. This is how I'd want to use it. Tyler's coming along with some suggestions based on, what customers are saying. If you're getting, multiple customers suggesting something, then, maybe we'd add it. But Wes was really good at saying no. And so by saying no, he kept it simple. And that's why people love it today still, is the willingness to say no. You can add stuff all the time to, Wes can sit down and type in some keystrokes and write some code and add, all kinds of features that we get requested all the time. But being willing to say no, 100 times for every one time that you say yes, well, then that means that you've kept things very clean and simple. So the guy says that, we wrap up the meeting, and the lady's like, yeah, we'll follow up. And I'm all like, yeah, man, we're going to get this thing. Like, yeah, he's going to realize it, has everything he needs, and we're going to get this. And Wes is like, man, dude, we're not meant, like, that guy wants something complicated. There's no way we're going to get this. And he was full on right. I mean, 100% right. And of course we never did. I don't even think we heard from him again. I think I tried to follow up a few times and nothing. So we also went to Buca de Beppo, and I think we knew somebody that had worked with. We were serving Planet Hollywood at the time. Maybe that guy went over to Buca de Beppo. I can't remember the context, but he organized a meeting. We have like 10 district managers or region managers or whatever in the LA area that all come to this Buca de Beppo, and it's after hours or before hours or whatever it was. I think it was before they opened. Maybe we're in some back room and Wes does a demo, and it was like crickets. I mean, everybody's sitting there like, they've never used any technology. They don't, it was something different. It was so uninspiring. I mean, the whole thing was just, I got no problem with their organization, but it was just that group of people at that time. It was just such a wah, wah, wah. What a bummer. I mean, we went out that night, and the good news was it clarified, especially for Wes. Wes figured this out right away. He says that he'll say that we knew it right away, but he knew it right away. I was still thinking like, man, we're just, we're going to get these people eventually. And that's what you kind of have to do when you're in sales. But, I would never feel that way. Now I learned a lot from Wes about realizing like, okay, let's move on from, people that we're not meant to serve. Well, so we go out that night, and, we're ever in West Hollywood. And I knew a couple places to go because I had lived in Burbank for a couple of years back in the day. And we show up at the Standard hotel, and they've got this really just incredible hotel bar there. And we went out and ate somewhere, and we sat. And I think we sat next to the guy who plays Russ on Christmas Vacation, Josh Novicki or something like that. But we see that dude. Wes and I are huge Christmas Vacation fans, so that was cool. And then we go out to the Sky Bar. We show up. We got our khakis on and like our blue button down, needlepoint light blue button down shirts and khakis, and roll up on the set. Perfect attire if you're, going up to some bar in the southeast, in the South, at the time. This was in like 2008, right? 2009. And the guy looks at us. He's like, we're full. He's like the guy that was holding the standing at the door, letting people in or whatever. And we're like, oh, okay. And then we're walking off, and, meanwhile, like he opens the rope for several other people right after us, and they roll right on in because, they knew how to dress in LA at the time. And, we were just fish out of water. The whole thing was not what Schedulefly was about. And that's really the big point here is like, and I mentioned this earlier in another episode about, we kind of laugh at ourselves now about, we have business cards and we're trying to look bigger than we were. And in this situation, we're trying to sell to people that we weren't meant to sell to. I mean, we can look back and laugh at it now because it's just so hilarious that we were, like if California Pizza Kitchen called us now, we'd say, no, thanks. Like we wouldn't even entertain the idea of serving them, zero chance. And I'll tell another story about how that actually happened with a smaller chain one time, but it was a big opportunity, and, we turned it down, and the guy couldn't believe it. But another story for another day. But, you have to really realize, be self-aware and think about who do you want to serve. And I mentioned this before. Who's the perfect customer? Focus on them. CPK was never the perfect customer for us. Never would have been. Thank goodness that didn't work out. Thank goodness Wes was smart enough to realize it right away. And, I've come a long way over the years of, really wanting to try to, push, I wanted to get on those planes. I wanted to go sell to these. I wanted the big contracts and big deals. That's what I had done. And that's when thank goodness. Thank goodness that didn't work out. I look at it now and I just think the last thing I'd want to do is be flying around and negotiating these contracts every year, every whatever. Ugh, no. So anyway, Wes, Will, our khakis, good lesson on that one. And that began to help us really clarify. So more to come. Thanks so much for listening. Y'all enjoy. Take care. Bye.